For this week's health segment, we turn it over now to our health reporter, Richard Stewart.
Thank you, Dan. And today we're joined by Dr. Wallace Chambers. He's Commissioner of Environment for the Cleveland Department of Public Health. Dr. Chambers, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You've had a very distinguished background in environmental health. Share with our viewers, if you could, a little bit about your journey in public health and how you became interested in a career in this field.
So I became interested in the field of public health when I was a senior in high school. I was recruited by Ohio University for their Health Careers Opportunities program. And they sent me down to Ohio U for a summer, and they gave us some courses in environmental health and health in general. And it kind of engaged me into the field of public health. And at that time, I was kind of undecided, like most people are, in what career path they wanted to choose. But I picked environmental health science and chose that as a major. And I started my first career with the Akron Health Department in field and public health. And I enjoyed it, and I've been with it ever since. I've been in the field of public health for over 25 years now.
As Commissioner of Environment, what are your primary responsibilities on the job, and what are some of the priorities that you're bringing forth right now?
So as Commissioner, it's a little different from when I started off as a field inspector. And as a field inspector, I was mostly in the field doing that type of work. But as Commissioner, I'm more of an administrative type person. So I do a lot of staffing, budget, and oversight of the program. So I'm more or less an administrative person more than a field person. So that's pretty much the difference in that sense.
Dr. Chambers, environmental health can come with a complex set of issues. There's often a balancing act that takes place between economics and the environment. Share with us, if you could, how you navigate those waters.
Biggest challenges, there's two I would just break down. For one, for us, as far as in the department of staffing, you don't have as many people coming into the field of environmental health as you did in the past. And plus, kids today, they kind of don't stay like they did. Back in my day, people stayed 20 years in the field of public health. Now, kids have opportunities. They stay 3 or 4 years in the field of public health. But as far as environmental concerns in the field of public health, lead poisoning is a big issue in the city of Cleveland due to the age of the housing stock in the city of Cleveland.
You know, lead exposure, as most of us know, still poses a significant challenge here in the city of Cleveland. Recently, there have been some changes in policy made at the administrative level at City Hall. How do you plan to take the new directive from the administration and run with that?
So what we plan to do as a health department, we plan to collaborate with other divisions within the city, because it takes more than one agency to solve this problem. From our end, we pretty much focus on children who have elevated lead blood levels, but we don't give out any grant funding. So we try to use those families that have elevated blood lead levels and direct them into the grant programs that exist within the city.
Public trust is a big deal in public health. You have to have the confidence of the people. Share with us how you maintain public health in your department's efforts.
I think best thing we can do is just be transparent. We just have to be transparent with everything we do. Issue orders, we have to be transparent on how we issue the orders, what action we take and why. And the public got to understand what we do and why we do it. And I think that is the biggest thing. They have to be educated on what we do and the public health significance of why we do what we do.
When you think about the future of public health in Cleveland, what are some of your initiatives that you plan to work on, and what do you hope to accomplish during your tenure?
So what I want to accomplish during my tenure is just to educate the public on what we do as a health department. And also I want to increase our enforcement action, because I think we need to step up our enforcement in certain areas. And I think between those two, I think we will have a good plan to increase our awareness of public health in the city of Cleveland.
Dr. Chambers, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
He's Dr. Wallace Chambers, Commissioner of Environment for the Cleveland Department of Public Health. I'm Richard Stewart. Back to you, Dan.